fan of the Hauraki Big Show podcast? Make sure you check out more from Jase, Mike and Keyzie on their Instagram at Hauraki Big Show, or tune in to them 4 to 7 every weekday on Radio Hauraki. Thanks, mate.
G'day, you sick son of a bees, you backbones, you jack-offs, you jerk-offs. How's it going? Happy Thursday before Matariki, the long weekend. A pretty exciting time for everybody. Had a real deluge of questions come through on the old Insta, just to try and spice this bastard up. And by a deluge I mean one question, or is it two? One person says, take your daughter to the lolly shop in Hanmer Springs. It's a hit with the kids. That's too late, Scott. I'm not there anymore. And if I wanna, would I have? I don't know. Don't know if I would have taken it, to be honest with you. Didn't see the lolly shop though, Scotty. And then the other one is, what 5 movies would you take to a desert island? What a great question. It's different, isn't it? A desert island is different than what are your five favourite movies? Because if you're going to be on a desert island, I'm assuming you're going to be alone. You'd probably take some filth. Probably mostly filth, actually. All filth. So insert filth here. I did go and see Mission Impossible today. And it is a magnificent film. What a piece of filmmaking. It goes for, and I am glad I didn't know this going in, but it goes for 2 hours and I think it was 2 hours 49, and it goes by in a flash. It is just an infinitely more entertaining film than, in my opinion, obviously, any of the Marvel films, which there seems to be a whole lot of yapping. The action in these films is just hilarious. Ridiculous. Geez, I won't bang on about it, but Tom was looking good. Well, I will bang on about it. Just the best action film I've seen in I don't know how long. Unreal. Just laughing our heads off at how insane it was. And old dear Tom there, looking very good. I don't think he's 60, but Jesus, he's looking good. Great hair dye job. Lightened it up, a little bit more brown in there. He's looking a bit less puffy than usual, which was nice to see. He is a favourite. I mean, that guy has had to work. Ever since jumping on that couch when he hooked up with Katie Holmes, he has had to work like a dog to get back on side with the public. There are people that have done some fairly horrendous things, a lot worse than telling everyone that you're in love. Maybe some of his worst acting ever. He's incredible. He does a jump. Rides a motorcycle off a cliff. Just generally some great all-time action. Can't recommend it highly enough. Get along. And what else happened today? Had a shit sleep last night. That will be no surprise. And the 5 films on a desert island is going to be filth. 5 films not. Pulp Fiction, Goodfellas, True Romance, maybe Eternal Sunshine of the Spotless Mind, maybe Trainspotting. What else is there? There's good ones I'm forgetting. There's one Jase is in, I think, where he's a tax agent. God, that was a goodie. Can't remember who it was, but yeah, that was a good one. That's top 5 for me. And outside of that, there's not a lot going on, and there's no more questions. So that's that. I've got to jump on air in a couple of hours there, and we're doing the throbber. But I think we're doing that because Keyzie is just dying to get a win after last week. I just think it really pains him. I don't know if you guys have noticed, but now that he's in the lead, he has to bring up what the score is like every sort of 5 minutes, 4 to 5 minutes. Whereas back in the day, prior to him being in the lead over the last couple of years, we'd mention it maybe once a week. But now it's like literally every 5 minutes, Keyzie, you're doing that. And yeah, so I don't know what else to report really, except I've got nothing huge planned for the weekend. I'll be going to the Warriors on your Sunday, be watching the ABs on your Friday, and back at work on your Monday, which I'm looking forward to. Got a bit to get on with as it is. Yeah, mate, I tell you what, she's a boring existence. It's not boring, but it's certainly not something that anybody would want to hear about. I'm just seeing here that the All Blacks are making change at number 10 for the Springboks clash. Exciting times. Arsenal sets himself on fire trying to torch a shop in Melbourne. That is not good. That is something of a shitter. Yeah, man, I don't know. I honestly don't know what to tell you. It's just sort of like, everything is just sort of housekeeping, isn't it? And a holiday in winter is good, but it's not a holiday in summer, because a holiday in summer is pretty much swimming and drinking for me. And I think, I'll tell you what I'm going to do. After watching the UFC, I've booked flights. I'm going over for the UFC in Sydney, because Israel Adesanya said he was going to fight the winner of Duplessis and Whittaker. And so I jumped, as soon as the fight was over, I was like, I gotta watch that. So I bought it, and then the next day I was like, there's no way he's going to be able to turn around from a July fight, have a rest, and then get back into training in time for a September fight, which I think is either the 8th or the 9th. August, September, 2 months away. It's too close. So I think what I've done is I've bought flights for something that's not going to happen. However, the finals of the league are on. They start that weekend. So at the very worst, I'll be able to get over there and have a few beers, see some mates, and go and see some buck belly, which I'm looking forward to. Great place, Sydney, if you haven't been before. I'm looking forward to it. Hoping, I'm actually picking as well. I'm going to chuck a hundy on it. Actually, I've got to make a note of that. I'm going to chuck a hundy on. I think the Wars might go 8 from 8 to finish out the season. I'm pretty sure we've got 8 left. Let me have a little geese here. I think they've got it in them. I think they're massive dark horses now. So they've got the Sharks at home. I think we can win that. Absolutely. And to be honest with you, it's exactly the kind of game that we have to win. If you can't beat the Sharks, you can only beat from 9th place down, then you've got no place in finals footy. Then we've got the Raiders at home. We pumped them the other week over in Canberra, and that's going to be a toughie, but I think we should get the win. Then the following week, have we got the bye the next week? Yeah, we've got the bye the next week, so that's not counted in my massive betting that I'm doing. Then the following week, Gold Coast over there. I anticipate we should win that. And this is going off where they are on the table. Then West Tigers. How many is that? I'm just boring you now. But anyway, so Sharks 1, Raiders 2, then it's the bye. Then it's Gold Coast, then it's West Tigers, then it's the Seagulls, Manly, but it's at home. Then it's St George Illawarra, jeez. Then it's the Dolphins over there. Now that's a potential banana skin. Now if I get to 6 games in a row win and then lose the 7th, I'll be not super happy. So there's only 7 left. 7 games left, so I'm gonna put 10 grand on that. I wonder what I haven't bet in honestly over 20 years on a game of Buckler League. The last time I bet was against, it was, what would that have been, 2001 or 2002. Canterbury were my team then. The Bulldogs, as well as the Warriors. The Bulldogs, I took, were they playing Canberra, and I took Canberra at halftime and the Bulldogs at full time. Canberra won the first half. The Bulldogs, Terry Lamb took a drop out from 42 metres out to win the game with time up, and the ball bounced off the crossbar and the game went to overtime. Canterbury won it, but that doesn't count. So that was it. I haven't bet since. I was robbed. And now I've got to learn how to sign up to the TAB and do a multi, which I'm sure will be an absolute dream. I'll have to update you on Monday because tomorrow's Friday is a public holiday and Pugsy won't be working, will he? Backbone, hashtag day off. Backbone. Righto, see you bastards on Monday.